We're going to break down the one and only Grant Horvat and his iron swing. If you haven't checked out my breakdown of his driver swing, you can find it at the top right of this video. Let's get right into it. We're going to go with the down the line view first. All right, so I've got some lines drawn again, circle around his head. See what this iron swing looks like. This is taken from a video that he did with TaylorMade on their new irons. You can see he brings it just a little bit inside. Nothing really to complain about here. He's got a great takeaway. Once he gets his arm to parallel, you can see that club shaft. It's a little steep maybe. His club shaft is here. A lot of players will like it more a little bit laid off. Back over here, kind of be parallel with that plane line, but not a problem at all. Continuing back, Grant always gets a huge shoulder turn, but he doesn't take the club back as far as a lot of people. He doesn't have a lot of hinge in his wrists to get that club to get back in here. You can see he's got that club way back here, which is fine. You can also see that there's like no bow in that wrist. That left arm is completely straight. At this position, his head looks like it has moved down and maybe away from the golf ball just a little bit, maybe just down. But not a lot. He also doesn't straighten this back leg. A lot of players will kind of straighten this back leg once they get to the top. He's got a lot of bend still in that back leg, but he does bend this front leg quite a bit. He doesn't lift that heel off the ground like maybe say Bryson DeChambeau does, but he does put a lot of bend in that front leg. And then as he gets into the downswing, you can see he starts to flip those hips. Club comes down on a perfect angle there. You can see the club head is right here, which is right on the plane line. Continuing down, again, perfect position here. He does drop his head considerably and maybe pull back just a little bit, but not too bad. Makes great contact here. You can see his back foot back here is he's pushing off that back foot, really sliding towards the target. And then as he follows through very low and left, you can see that shaft is coming out right over here, parallel to that plane line. Very nice follow through. And then of course, Grant, always with the silky smooth finish, very balanced, beautiful little swing. Let's get the face-on view now. All right, so in this face-on view, this one is actually sent to me by Grant. I asked him for a video and he was happy to oblige. So this one was sent to me by Grant. We're gonna go with this one. You can see one thing I want you to notice is his grip. He does have a fairly strong grip when it comes to his gloved hand, his left hand. He's got that thumb quite a bit over the grip there, and you can see probably 2, even 3 knuckles on that left hand grip that is gloved. Another thing with the setup here, you can see he's got these straight arms here, and then this is pretty straight across. Again, this looks to be probably about 8 iron, maybe a 9 iron. Quite a bit of loft on that club face. He's got that ball pretty much right in the center of his stance as well, so that makes me think it's probably a 9 iron. Another thing I want you to notice here is his feet are slightly flared outward. He does not have them straight on. That's going to help him get his hips through the ball. All right, so now again, we've got some lines on his hips and his legs there going down. I want to see if he has any sway backwards and then how he comes through that front plane line when he makes contact with the golf ball. And I've got a circle around his head. Let's get into this backswing. You can see he keeps it pretty low to the ground. Not a lot of wrist hinge at this point. Takes it back as one swift motion with the arms. Again, he gets that arm to parallel. It looks a little bit like he's got that club face maybe slightly closed, but great position here. And it does, again, it looks like his head has maybe dropped just a little bit. Continuing on, you can see he has like 0 sway backwards. That line, his hips he doesn't sway away from the golf ball. He basically just rotates right around that right leg. You can see his left leg is starting to bend quite a bit here to get that weight off of it. He's got about probably 80-20, 80% onto that right leg and only about 20% on that left leg. And then you can see as his club is still heading back. He's already bumping this hip towards the target. As he's still heading back, and then right about here, he starts his downswing. That front hip is definitely coming back through that plane line. And again, he gets it back to parallel. Lots of lag here. Great angle there. His head has moved down and actually towards the target at this point. And then you can see as he's getting into the impact zone, club face is starting to shut down. He's got quite a bit of bend in this leg here. He's really leaning towards the target, really sliding towards the target. Again, head has continued to drop, and then as he makes contact, you can see he hits ball first. A little bit of bend in that right elbow, and then straightens out through impact. You can see him flip those hands right here. That right hand flips over the left, keeps his head down through impact, and then as he always does, nice and balanced and high hand finish. Absolutely beautiful. And then he finishes right perfectly on this left leg. Just a beautiful golf swing. He is absolutely one of the best YouTube golfers and could probably chase some type of tour if he wanted to, but he is doing a great job on YouTube. Appreciate you hanging out. If you haven't already, be sure to drop a like on this one and be sure to hit that subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.